Khushbu Patel. This is my model Dipen Patel. I am from 7th SEM and I will be showing how we can assess the posture in the anterior view. First, we have to, suppose we consider dropping a plumb line from the vertex. Then we have to check the nose, tip of the nose, the sternal notch, zippy sternum and the umbilicus, whether it is in the line. In the model I am taking, everything is in line. So I may consider it as normal. I won't say it is ideal because we probably might be having some postural deviations, but he is not showing any sign or symptom of that deviation. Next, we will be seeing the level of the shoulder, whether it is elevated or depressed, any deformity in the shoulder. Followed by that, we will be seeing at the elbow crease, whether the elbows are in the same level or not. Followed by that, we will have to see the ASIS level. In the ASI level, we have to first check whether there is any kind of tilting or anything in the pelvis. Followed by that, we see the patellar level. We have to check whether the patella is in the same level or not. After that, we have to check the feet, whether they are properly aligned or not. After checking all these levels, we can conclude that this model is not having any kind of deviation. Therefore, we can say it is the normal posture. But we can't say it is totally ideal posture according to what we have been learning. Now, the lateral and posterior postures will be taken by my colleagues. Thank you.
Hello, I am Shivani Shah and I am from 7th semester and I am going to assess the posture of Dipen Patel. He is my classmate in the lateral view. First of all, for the lateral view, the therapist will stand in the sideways. Then I'll consider that I'll pass a plumb line from the external auditory meanders. Then I have to check the earlobes, the acromial process, whether they are in a line or not. Acromial process and ASIS level, whether they are in a line or not. Now I'll consider my plumb line as the LOG, that is line of gravity. Now the line of gravity normally it passes posterior to the cervical spine. If it passes anterior to the cervical spine, then it will be a forward head posture when the chin and the sternum will not be in a straight line. Then I'll look for whether normally the plumb line will pass anterior to the thoracic spine. But if it does not passes or it passes posteriorly, then we will consider that the model is having kyphosis deviation. Then we have to look for the lordosis. Normally the LOG will pass posterior to the lumbar spine, but if it passes anteriorly, then the deviation might be lordosis. Then from the lateral view, we can also check lateral tilt or hip hiking, and we can also check the lateral condyle of femur, and we can check whether the knee is in genu decurvatum, that is hyperextension of knee. Normally it should pass posterior to the joint, but if it passes anteriorly, then there is genu decurvatum. We can also go for the lateral malleoli to check the pes cavus and pes planus. Thank you. Now the posterior view will be described by my colleague.
Good afternoon friends, my name is Kunda Patel and here I am going to show how to assess posture in posterior view. So now here I will start with the occiput. I will see whether the occiput and all the spinous processes lie in the same level or not. Now I will check whether both the earlobes are at the same level, both the acromion processes and the shoulder level, whether it is depressed or elevated. Then I will see whether the whole spine is in proper curvature or if there is no any lateral deviation. Now I will check whether the inferior angle of both the scapula are at same levels. Now I will check the level of the PIS to see whether if there is any pelvic tilting or not. I will need to check the level of both the knees. posterior side whether how many toes are visible, because normally in feet from the posterior view only one toe is visible, but if more toes are visible on